Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Moment in Time with Taylor. I'm really excited to bring my guests on, and they're in transit right now, so I want to get them on here. So I see you guys. Dan, I see you. First comment on both platforms. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for an awesome match day yesterday. You guys, Anonymous on Fleek rounded up from 1705, which is what we raised yesterday, to $2,000. They sent $2,000 to the channel, fmyoga.com, as well as $1,705 coming in from the rest of you. Awesome, amazing people. Thank you guys so much for being here, for your support, and know that this channel is viewer funded. So everything you're seeing today is funded by viewers like you. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to bring on my friend Zack. You can see his name in the title. He's going to jump in the broadcast in a few minutes here, and he is going to tell us where he is in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Hello, welcome, welcome.
Wait a minute. You said in a few minutes. Am I on now?
You're on right now, yes.
This is live.
This is live.
Okay, so I should start.
I was supposed to keep a straight face, probably. It'd be funnier if I acted more confused.
Well, no,
Are you okay?
that's what confuses me is that you're laughing, and I'm thinking surely as a professional she wouldn't be laughing if we were live.
We are live. Yes, everyone says hello. They're sending super hearts. Thank you, also, for the super hearts.
I'll
There's
see those super hearts in just a second.
yes. How many
So
super
I'm
hearts do
actually
you have
in real life or on Twitter.
in real life?
A couple dozen, maybe.
I love it. Hey, everyone, thanks for coming in. So where in the world are you tuning in from, Zack?
I am at Ty Lopez's house in Beverly Hills, California.
Beverly
And I'm
Hills.
just walking in, talking with the lovely Alma,
Hello.
who is getting some tickets together for the Laugh Factory. I'm guessing Ty is going there tonight,
I believe you are too.
and I guess maybe I am too. So
He said it was for 10 o'clock, but I believe it says 9:30.
oh, okay,
So if you can let him know that.
okay, I will. Sorry, I'm just handling a little business real quick.
I love this. This is so
I'm
fun.
on
It's
a
like
live. That's not a
behind the
phone.
scenes.
Yeah, yeah. There's millions of people watching me talk to you. Okay. All right. I'm done now. Sorry, she called me in there. Every time I come to Ty Lopez's house, people call for me to assist them with some information or some stuff. By the way, am I framed okay?
Um, you're pretty
Can your
good.
can your fans see me all
Pretty
right?
well, yeah.
So I don't know.
Can you guys see Zach's beautiful face? Everyone is saying that Mittens the cat says you're their favorite comedian.
Oh,
Um,
thank you so much. That
yes,
means a lot. I
yes.
appreciate
His audio is faint. Oh, sorry, you guys. You know what? Thank you. The good feedback. You know, I probably have it down from last night's crazy party. Zach? Do you want to sing us a little song so I can test your audio?
it. 3 coins in a fountain. Each one seeking happiness. Happiness. Come on, y'all know this one? Happiness.
I don't know that song. I'm sorry. Do you guys know
No,
that
that's okay.
song?
I just,
Sing it.
I just stole a line from it's Steve Martin in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I just ripped off his song.
I like
Hey,
it.
real quick,
Yes.
I'm gonna peek in.
Okay.
This is the Ty Lopez Oscar party.
Oscar party, you guys. Happy Oscars night.
Okay, shh. They don't know I'm here,
Okay. Shh,
so
guys,
I'm gonna sneak back out here.
quiet down. Quiet
Okay.
down.
All right, I'm all yours, Film Yoga Taylor.
Yes, awesome. Well, Zack Cookman, thank you for your time tonight. Did you say something about the Laugh Factory? What is that?
Oh, it's a local comedy club on Sunset Boulevard here in Hollywood, California. And so it looks like there's some plans to head that way later on tonight. So after the Oscars, of course.
Of course. And you just said you were talking about some Oscars news as you were driving over and we were setting up to go live.
Yeah, yeah. I got a notification that Kobe Bryant won an Oscar. So that's probably the first NBA player in history to ever win an Academy Award, which is kind of crazy.
That's exciting. It's a
You,
reason
you
to
would have thought they
celebrate.
would have handed that out to a white NBA player years ago, but interestingly enough, they never did. So
Do you like basketball?
I love basketball. That's actually how I met Ty Lopez. Do a lot of your followers know Ty Lopez? If I keep referring to Ty Lopez, do people know who I'm talking about?
I would assume probably maybe half of the people know who Ty Lopez is.
Oh, okay.
There's
Well, they
some
can Google.
comments coming in. Yeah, they're saying some people say Ty is their man.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they right on.
What
So
about the
anyway, yeah.
ERGOT award? What is that? ERGOT?
Oh, the EGOT.
EGOT? I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
sure.
who all has won that? I think Whoopi Goldberg has won that. That's an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony awards. I think there's only been a couple of
Ooh.
people in history to ever win all three of those.
Wow, that's very impressive. Yes, we know him. Everyone's like, yes, we know him. Dan,
Oh,
Devin, hey guys.
I don't like to assume.
Right. I know. Well, you're more famous than Ty, right?
Well, it's on an uptick. So I think by 2019, halfway through, I should surpass Ty. Yeah, I think so.
So June 2019.
Not really. No, I'm just kidding. That, that's a long ways away.
That's funny. So, what have you learned from knowing someone who has so many internet fans? What can you teach us? For I know there's people that do what I do, broadcasters in the house. You, like you just said, you get asked to do so much to support that show and that channel and that whole business and world. And you know a lot about what it takes and what goes into the day-to-day nitty-gritty. And
Yeah,
what have you
I
learned?
think I would say um, the biggest thing that I think is applicable to across the board, no matter what you're doing, is tell a good story. And Ty says something that I actually think is right on, where he says, "He who tells the best story wins." And I don't think that's limited to literally telling a story like a movie or a TV show or a sketch or anything like that. It's applicable in marketing, advertising, all that kind of stuff as well. It's applicable in if you're just at a dinner party or something and you've got great stories, or that's it's very engaging and you can just captivate people's attention. It's stories that do that. And so I would say that's probably the strongest. If someone were to ask for one takeaway, what can I take from that? You're I would say that for sure.
I love that.
I don't
That's awesome advice. Yeah, that was really cool. I love that,
Okay, cool.
especially because I love.
Am I selecting the right option of what to suggest? Yeah, yeah.
You
No, I
have to
think
pick
that's
one thing. Yeah.
solid. And all platforms, not one type of thing.
I'm losing you for some reason. You're cutting out just a little bit. You got a little pixelated on us. Audio's
Wait a minute.
breaking up a bit.
I, I just imparted a lot of
You just imparted a lot of wisdom, I think you said. I can't hear you.
thing. You're saying none of it went through?
No, we heard all the wisdom, and then now
Oh,
you're like a robot.
what about now?
Audio seems to be coming back. Picture's still glitching a bit. It might have switched from data to maybe it's trying to switch to Wi-Fi or.
How does that look when I do that?
It looks good. It looks good.
Is it jumpy or is it fluid?
It's better now. You're back. Hello.
Oh, good.
Welcome. Yes, this is good.
I'm sitting.
So
Yeah.
what are some of your stories? What are some of your favorite stories?
Oh, that's a good question because I haven't written any yet, and so I've got to come up with stories.
What about
Some interesting
experiences
stories.
from your actual life?
I've got a lot of experiences. You got to be a lot more specific than that. It's hard to pick just one. Um, there's a bunch. You know what's funny is it's one of those things. I don't know if a lot of people have to deal with this. This is something I suffer from like all the time. It's one of those where people go, "Hey, what was that movie where such and such said this?" Or what? It's like if, as soon as someone asks, they'll go, "Who was it that did this?" And when you're asked, you can't think of the answer. But if you're just hanging out at a bar having a beer and you see something, you're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that was Jack Nicholson that was in this particular movie or whatever." It's like it comes to you easily when you're just doing your normal things. But as soon as someone asks you about it, you're like, "Oh, I don't know. So that's kind of how I am with my entire life. When people just ask me about it, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I'll occasionally or randomly, I'll give you bits and pieces about my life. I'll just blurt out things that have happened to me out of nowhere. But
I like
that's
that.
is that I don't know if a lot of the followers there or the people watching, if that's something that they can relate to, but it's kind of difficult. I mean, I could just pick a story, but it's usually not interesting if I just have to go, oh, what's one of my experiences? I can tell you about an experience. I've been to 2 orgies, but I don't know if that's something that I need to talk about on your live stream. Now, I've not participated in either one of them. I have been fully clothed at both of them. The first one, I had no idea what was about to happen. This is true. I did not know what I was in for. So I was at, it was like the pre-orgy stage where they were like doing they were drinking their beers and talking, and they had music playing, and I was there with a buddy. I didn't even know the people. I was there with a buddy, and we stopped by because my friend had helped this guy who was hosting the orgy. He had helped him renovate his condominium. And so the guy had bought him a gift and said, "Hey, why don't you swing by? I've got this gift for you for helping me." And he goes, "Okay, cool. I got my buddy with me. We were just on the way to the movie. Is it cool if he stops by too?" And the guy said, "Yeah, sure." Um, so I got there, and it's a little bit of a long story about how I came to realize I was at what was about to be an orgy. So I won't go into all that. But the fact, the thing that makes me laugh is that I've been to two, and I've not participated in either one of them. The second one, though, I knew what I was getting into. I was invited to it because I knew the person hosting it. I was always invited to them. I never accepted because I'm not interested in going to orgies. So anybody that's watching, don't reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or any of that kind of stuff and invite me to an orgy. My answer will be no. But this particular person I knew was a freaky tiki person, and she hosted these things all the time. And just one particular night, I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and we were just talking about orgies.
Oh no, we lost you again in the middle of the orgy story. This is tragedy.
What's that?
Okay, wait, we lost you like a
Oh, what
couple
did you like?
seconds. You were this. What are you talking about? The second story, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
right
knew
before I just said we got most of it, just like the last few seconds.
I knew what I was getting into because I had a friend that hosted these things all the time. I would never attend, but this one particular night, I knew she was hosting it, and I, of course, said no. But then my buddy was bored, and I won't say his name, but he was high as a kite and really, he'd been drinking all day. It was a Saturday. And so I come to his house, and he's like, "Hey, man, I don't want to do what we normally like. I'm bored with this neighborhood. I don't want to go downtown." And I said, "Hey, I got an idea. I got somewhere I'm going to take you, but you cannot ask any questions. Just trust me. If you've ever trusted me in your life, trust me on this one." And so he's like, "All right, fine." Sure. I told him it was a house party because I knew it was a house and I knew people were partying.
People are
So,
definitely partying.
he was like, "All right, fine." So we go to it, and I won't get into any of the details, but let's just say it was entertaining to me to walk in, and all I did was turn and watch him because he had on aviator sunglasses because his eyes were red. He had, like I said, he was pretty high. Don't, by the way, kids, don't do drugs. But this particular friend of mine had done some drugs, and so he just stood still, almost like he was paralyzed, and stared and watched the gross mess that was going on in the living room floor.
Oh no.
Uh, but I talk a little bit about that on stage with stand up. So I guess if you want the whole story and the details, you got to come watch me do stand up.
Do it. Yeah. So when's your next
So
show?
anyway, hey, there's an experience and a story for you.
I love that. I think that was the best story I possibly could have asked for. I
I
couldn't
don't
have
know.
known. See, I wouldn't have
Well,
known to ask if you'd ever been at an orgy. I never would
right,
ask
right, right. Yeah. Hey, tell me about, you ever been to an orgy?
that. Just
That's probably
curious.
that that people normally ask about.
Yeah, interview 101. You definitely need to ask that question.
By
Um,
the way, I'll not be promoting this to my family. I don't want. I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to let my folks know. Hey, it'll be on her Twitter feed. You can scroll back and watch it, check it out. I don't think I'm going to do that now. I grew up a
um,
pastor.
I
kid.
can
So,
edit it. I can edit this part out and then give you that copy for grandma.
well, I don't know. I mean, what's the feedback like? Are there any super hearts now?
Let's see. How many people have sent super hearts to you guys? He's calling you out. Devin wants to know what your biggest break was in the comedy industry.
I'm not gonna lie. I would say being able to get in the back door um, at, and meet some of the people in that world by way of Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez is an incredible networker, and I was living in North Carolina. Um, I was doing some. I was bartending and doing other jobs, working with other companies at a bank and financial services, all that kind of stuff. But I had done a film on my own. I did a documentary a while back. A friend of mine, their band was recording their debut album over in Iceland, and so I
Ooh,
thought, oh, that could make for an interesting film. You know, I've got no
yeah.
money. Nobody's going to give me money to go make a movie. I've got to find a story that lends itself to my limited financial resources. And so I had to buy my ticket. They put me up, but I had to feed myself, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I went over there. So I had done some film stuff. I'd done some commercial work. But Ty was like, listen, man, if that's really what you want to do, you need to come out to, you need to be in LA. And so I packed up, moved across country, and by way of Ty's incredible networking skills, I've just managed to meet people. And obviously, you got to do the open mics and things like that, and I still do those. Um, but it's just that's kind of that's the big break, I guess you could say. And then I just started recognizing people out and about town. There's certain people I follow on social media, and so when I'd see them, I'd walk up to them, hey, listen, I think you're funny. I you know I follow you on Instagram, and your stuff is really funny. And so they would invite me out, and then eventually I get to meet people that host the shows or host that different nights. And so they would say, hey, I want to get you up on stage, and it's really just a matter of uh, see, I was dumb. I arrogantly, stupidly, and arrogantly would sit back in North Carolina and say, you know what, I'm not going to call Hollywood. Hollywood can call me.
Yeah.
And my thought process was, I'll do stuff out here. They'll see it, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, it's really fantastic." And that was obviously stupid on my part. It's not even taken. Now, that's not to say it can't be done. There's a lot, but I, I think you got to be like an incredible. You got to be like Justin Bieber, who just uploads something to YouTube, and all of a sudden Justin Timberlake sees it and goes, "This person's incredibly talented." Unless you're that person, it's better probably for you to figure out how to get into the circle, into the middle of where everything is at, and where everything's happening.
Right, and you did. So what's your story from where you started to where you are now? Kind of what, I mean, you said Ty wanted you to go out there, but what did you have to do? Kind of what process was that? Was it scary?
No, I'm a grown man.
Don't lie. You could still
It takes
experience
a lot to
fear.
scare me. I'm not very scared of a lot of things. Uh,
Okay.
um, what do you mean? What the process in what fashion? Like in my move?
Yeah,
I
like you
drove.
just
I
up
drove
and
across
moved.
country.
Like, did you have to move in with a bunch of people? You just found your own place. What were you said you were bartending before that? You had saved up a bunch of money. You just up and went.
Well,
You're just
yeah. I
like,
mean,
bye, I
please.
quit.
I would encourage anybody watching, if you're looking to move anywhere, don't move if you don't have money put aside
Yeah.
to kind of bide your time for a little bit. By the way, I think I have a friend of mine at Ty's front door, so I'm going to walk and talk.
I hear a
I apologize
dog.
if it freezes for just a
Okay.
second. If it does, you're pretty good at improv, right? Like you can talk to the fans and
I can talk to the fans. Hello, fans. They're your fans, though, so I'll just tell them everything I know about you.
right, yeah, yeah. But yeah, no. So I probably would have never moved out here if I didn't know anybody. That I think is
Mm.
it's either brave or stupid. And to me, it what determines the if it's brave or stupid is whether you succeed or not. If you if you move out to
Mm.
LA, New York City, and don't oh, I just had a call come in. Did I drop out or you still have me?
Actually, you're good. That was just you just cut out for a second, but
Sorry,
yeah, it's good.
I forgot to hit the do not disturb. So this is my Ty Lopez impression. This camera angle. Can you see it?
The way you're holding it?
Yeah, just kind of
Oh yeah, that's good.
here in Ty's garage.
You're in Ty's garage.
Not yet. Will be. I'll go there. But no, like I don't. Oh, this gate is locked. You guys are watching me look like a fool.
Are we gonna break into Ty Lopez's house right now, live on Periscope and Twitch?
No, I went to the wrong gate. This house is
The
that's
wrong
how
house.
big this. Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Walk into the wrong.
No. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah. I mean, again, you better have some incredible talent to just move to New York City or Los Angeles and not know anyone at all. By the way, it's going to get really dark here, so I'll keep talking.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you hear me all right? Even though you can. Oh, never mind. They've got light sensors.
Ooh,
How about that
fancy.
production value, right?
Technology.
Yeah. Ty's making sure that anywhere he walks around his property and films, he's going to be seen.
Yes, he's gonna have flattering light no matter where he's at.
So, okay. Yeah. I'm going to the gate now. There's so many new security things around here that. And now open it. Oh, okay. Thanks.
You have to push that first.
And I'll go through the front door. Yeah.
Is it open? Okay.
I'll go. I think so.
He's waiting for you to do it.
You might want to cut that out.
Yeah, we're not live.
That's interesting. What's that?
We're not live, so that's fine.
We're not live anymore?
Just kidding.
Oh. Well, that threw me for a loop there.
This is great.
Yeah, so if I didn't know people, I would have been a lot more hesitant to actually do that.
Right, that makes sense.
Hello, everybody. This is McKenna, even though you can't see her. Oh, I guess you can't.
Hi, McKenna. I love that name.
McKenna. Oh.
Thank you.
Well, aren't you just here to steal the show?
Yeah, put McKenna back on. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Have to go this way. Do you know how to get to the theater? All right, I'll point that out. Yeah, that, like I said, unless you're Justin Bieber or some incredibly talented, like Madonna or something, maybe, just move where without.
Oh, hang on. I think you're switching back over onto the Wi-Fi here. Let's see. Do we have him? Oh no, do we lose him? Zack, come back to us. Can you hear me? Earth to Zack. While we wait for him to reconnect, do you guys have any questions for him? Anything about Hollywood, writing, comedy, books?
No,
Yay, there he is.
It's the Beverly Hills Wi-Fi internet.
Right. I had such a problem broadcasting when I was in LA because I feel like there's just too many people there on the bandwidth.
Yeah, and you would think a place like Beverly Hills would really up their game, but
yeah,
they haven't. I'm gonna stick my head in here real quick and check out who's winning these Oscars.
Yes. Tell us about it because I'm doing bad at the Oscars news.
I see Ashley Judd and Selma Hayek. And I'm just going to get a piece of pizza here.
Okay. Yes. March 4th. Do something. Oh, it's Do Something Day. March 4th. March 4th and do something. What are you doing, Zack? Where are you marching forth? You are marching. You march to pizza.
Well, this is the first pizza I've had in a while. I've cut out pizza.
Good.
But it's all there. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you're going to eat it. What kind of pizza is it?
Ham and pineapple.
Oh my gosh. That is a travesty. How can you eat pineapple on a pizza? I'm only doing it
because the only reason I'm going to eat pizza is because my blood's been zipping through the arteries a little bit too much.
Too
lately.
clean. Yeah, a little bit too, yeah, okay.
That makes sense. Quick.
Yeah, we got to slow it down.
Yeah.
I love that. What are some common misconceptions about Hollywood or interesting things about Hollywood since you actually, how long have you been there?
This month, or I'm sorry, last month makes 3 years.
Nice, nice. So anything like that you are expecting that was different than you expected, or
Yeah, I thought people were going to be a lot more um, like a New York type of thing, in that I thought they'd be very cold, standoffish, not friendly at all, because it is competitive. It's damn competitive out here.
oh yeah.
But it's kind of been the opposite of that. I mean, obviously, it's California, the Southern Cal people. It's kind of a laid back vibe. You get that, but I didn't expect it to be, I guess, as kind and polite as it is. Now, once I've voiced some of my political beliefs, that's not always the case, but I don't care. I kind of like that. I like pissing people off.
I do too, kind of. I actually don't know what your political beliefs are, I don't think. I don't know if we should talk about it. I'm a little scared now.
Oh no, we don't have to. I'm gonna up the game on Twitter, so you'll see then.
Yes, you guys follow him on Twitter. It's right in the title on Periscope. Zack Cookman. You can see it too on the screen there.
Yeah, and you'll see I don't tweet worth anything, but I'm gonna start. I'm gonna up the game. 2018 is a year to march for more social media activity.
I love it. And what are you working on? What have you been up to? Projects, writing anything? Anything that you can tell us about? Or
Working on some
shows? Yeah, do you
stand
have
up.
any shows scheduled that someone could go see you?
I don't have the date yet. I'm
Okay.
supposed to do the Laugh Factory, but I just have to give them a date. And I'm kind of fortunate in that Maya, who is Ty's cousin,
Hmm.
and she runs a show a lot over here too. You've probably seen her. If you follow Ty's stuff, you'll see her. Um, she got it so that they'll even put my name up on the marquee at the Laugh.
Ooh, yay. What,
Yeah.
you should schedule, I don't know how long you can do one before this, but you should do another one in June when I'm there and I'll come see you and I'll bring
Okay.
all my Periscope friends.
I'll even give you permission to Periscope live from there.
Really? During your
Yeah.
show?
Well, they normally don't let people
Probably.
do that, but if I go, hey, listen, they're with me and I need them to film, or they're filming
Oh
for
my
for
God.
me, maybe they will.
I
So
would
that'd be
love to
kind
do that. Yeah, we could do it on your channel too if you wanted to.
of. I was thinking about starting. So there's a couple of things I want to start doing with my live stream on Instagram or even Periscope.
Yeah.
When I go out on Tinder dates, I want to start live streams from that, and I want to do some live streams from date as well.
That is probably the best live content idea that I've heard in a long time. I love that
Do you
idea.
think people would watch? Do you
I
think
would
people would
watch
watch it?
it. I would watch it, and I would invite my followers. I have a pretty good number of followers I could invite. I think we would all watch it. Would you guys watch
Okay.
that? Would you guys go in
I,
there?
yeah, do a poll right now, and then I'll do a poll because I always say it kind of jokingly, but I think it'd be fun. Um, I even have it on my Tinder dating app profile that I'm looking for someone to let me live stream our date with, but I've got no takers.
They want you to live stream the next orgy you guys.
I don't plan to ever be at any other orgy.
Yes, they say there is a. I do believe there is a market for such content. Thank you, Asif. Very professional response.
Yes, there is a market for it, and it's over in the valley. That's where they film that stuff.
Whew, that's good. Oh my gosh, that's one thing that I didn't know about Hollywood and Los Angeles in general, which is that it's pretty compact, but it takes forever to get anywhere.
Yeah, it's mental.
It's like
I
what?
actually that's on my on my Tinder. I only put it to like 4 miles. I will not. I'm not interested in spending an hour to drive and see someone that is 6 miles away.
Yeah, 6 miles is it's a hike. It
Yeah,
would take
the
it would take a little while to walk there, a couple hours.
They, I don't know if you ever watched the Insider. I'm sorry, Inside the Actor's Studio, but the guy that does the interviews, he always asks this list of questions. It's the same questions at the end of every episode. And one of the questions is, what is your least favorite word? And I've always said, if I ever made it on that show, I would say traffic, because I do hate traffic so much. So I really try to avoid going out in the city as much as possible. Fortunately, I'm in West Hollywood. There's a lot of stuff that's, really close. Um, I can I can get all the drugs and liquor and whores just kind of within that little radius there.
Right.
So I
It's
don't
near
need to
Sunset. Is
go all
Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood?
yeah. Don't mess with the girls on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Ooh.
Those are not the ones. You're just unless you're into some other things. Avoid the girls on Santa Monica.
Like
Boulevard.
orgies? Where do you go if you're into orgies?
No. I'm talking about people that dress like women but aren't women.
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting.
I don't want to say the title because I feel like you might get banned from Periscope if.
Well,
if
we are
they-
featured. It is Do Something Day. We're marching forth.
Yeah, I'll tell you what to do. Avoid Santa Monica Boulevard.
Whatever you
That's what
do, don't go to Santa Monica.
I'll tell you where I'm marching. The other direction of Santa Monica Boulevard. That's what I'm going to march for.
I
But,
love this.
Yeah, so it is. It's crazy driving anywhere in LA. I'm not kidding. I do set when I do the Tinder thing. I'll do it for like 4 miles. I'm not
Yeah.
down to. Maybe you are my love match. I don't care. You should have been closer.
Move closer and then we can talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like move in first and then date.
Well,
So what was like your first movie experience and like Hollywood movie experience? Did you go on the set of any movies? You go see like a movie premiere, stuff like that? You do stuff like that?
so I've been on. There was that movie Pop Star. Andy Samberg did. Ty had a featured extra spot in that movie. Which was funny because we were there for probably 8 to 9 hours. And in the movie, his arm is in frame for all of maybe a second and a half, if that much.
Well, now he's really made it, I guess.
Yeah, the Ty Lopez forearm. But I was on that.
Signature arm.
Yeah. I was on a little short film that was being done by the guy that played MLK in Selma a few years ago.
Oh.
He and Ty are connected, and Ty was producing a short film that he was working with, and that his wife, I think, she was directing it. I don't know if she had written it, but anyway, we were over at the house they were filming at, so I've been on that. And that's about it. I haven't
Cool.
really been able to get on outside seeing that. I mean, when you drive around town, you see things being done. So, you can see, oh my gosh, that's Warren Beatty, or I only say Warren Beatty because my buddy saw that. I'm not trying to I know current stars' names. I'm not trying to date myself. I was just thinking of that example. But yeah, I mean, they film in and around town all the time, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
But I haven't hung out on any sets. I'm not that famous.
Yeah, not until June 2019.
Right.
We're starting to lose your head a little bit. Oh, that's okay.
What?
Well, it's okay. Well, yeah. Do you have your signature forearm that we can see?
No, my forearm is anonymous.
Oh, right. It's a mystery. Yes, I can. Is that your personal helicopter coming to pick you up?
Yes. No.
No, you're early, guys.
Go over there.
Early.
I told them 11 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Yes. So that's our time limit, guys. If you have questions, I'm trying to pay attention to the chat, but I'm very amused and a little bit distracted, so I apologize. Oh, there you go. Wolf Puppy, her suggestion. Oh, and Wolf Puppy sent super hearts. Thank you. Mittens the cat sent super hearts. Thank you. She said if you date yourself, you could live stream that.
That's what they film over in the valley. Those kind of dating yourself type of things.
Yeah. You could be like you, and then you cut over, and then it's you dressed up like a woman. And you just cut, and you cut, and you cut, and you cut.
That could be a good. I might do that. I do a lot of costumes with Ty's videos, so maybe I should
That reminds
get
me.
a female costume or female wig or something, and Maybe I can film that, but I can't live stream it.
Why? Oh yeah, because you'd have to cut it. Yeah, no, that's okay. I heard that you sing a really amazing rendition of this song, and I found it on SoundCloud. So let's listen to it together.
Wait a minute.
How do you think the song sounds when it says those lyrics? It goes down.
That's
It goes down. In the
I don't know how that.
It's actually
Can
pretty
you
good.
send?
Wait, the music drops out again. It's actually you're right on key. I think.
I'm on key. Yeah.
It goes down.
Why can't you just give me that? I heard that. Yes, please send me that link. I beg of you.
You want this? Okay, I
Yeah,
was the
I-
1st
I've
person
never-
on SoundCloud to like it.
I've never heard it before.
I don't know even how to share something from here.
You
Oh,
know,
here
that
we go.
was well, I mean, you don't have to send it to me right now, but
I know, but I'll forget, so I'm sending it.
yeah, that's kind of weird to hear. I'm trying to remember when that was done. By the way, I don't know, you should probably let people know that that was done on a Snapchat in fun. It was not an actual recording of me trying to do. It goes down in the DM.
It goes down the DM.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh my gosh. I have to give a shout out to Dan on Fleek for sending me that. He sent
Thank
me
you,
that
Dan.
just today because he knew you were coming on the show tonight.
That's you know what? Maybe I should Google myself more often. Hey, I could live stream that too.
There you go. Yeah, you can or you can live stream the results of your Googling yourself. The cool
Yes.
stuff that you find. And then you can tell stories about it and that'll, be a good storyteller. You'll be famous by June 2019.
Yes. I see Dan on Fleek says, "Ha ha ha, yes."
Yay, you're in here. How come I didn't see you come in?
Yeah, I
Not
just,
paying good
I
attention.
just,
I see you.
popped on. Look,
If
at
you
the,
comment, everyone in here can follow you really easily. You guys, it's Zack Cookman at Zack Cookman.
oh yeah, maybe I can. All right, here we go.
Tetris God 7. He's
I'm
gonna
say,
comment. Get ready. Get your fingers ready. Get your fingers. Get your fingers.
Hey y'all. That's all I got.
Hey y'all.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey y'all. There it is. Click it. Click it. Click follow user, and we're gonna get them going live. I see that you have a replay. You have a recent replay. Did you test going live recently?
Me?
Yeah.
You know, it might have been. So anytime if we're doing live streams for Ty, we'll do an audio test and video test, live stream test, and we do it on our own personal accounts. Me and some of the other guys, and so that's probably what that was.
Makes sense.
It's guarantee you it's not going to be exciting. Yeah, I don't know why I kept it the replay. The replay is not necessary.
Well, it proves that it's the real Zack Cookman, right?
So I'm looking at my I'm looking at the stream here, the Periscope stream on the other phone.
Yes.
And my face looks crooked and slanted. Do I look crooked and slanted to you people in real life?
No, not in real life. When I saw you in real life once, and I didn't leave the situation thinking that guy looked really crooked and slanted. What was up with that?
I'm looking at the little square.
If you back up a little bit from the camera, it might be give you more the Ty Lopez angle.
Yeah.
You need a selfie stick.
Here at Ty Lopez's pool.
I have one. Do you want a selfie stick?
Unless it's going to be able to call California.
I can mail it. I have access to mail. I have not been banned from mailing things across the country.
No, that's okay. I'll go get one.
He's never gonna use it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that neon green that throws me for.
Fine. Can't say I never offered you anything.
No, I appreciate
it. Thank you, Steve. Yes, congratulations on being featured. I'm only featured because Zack is famous. If you guys don't know, Mr. Hollywood in the house. Follow him. Ow! I pulled my own ear.
Almost, not legit famous.
You're famous
just
now that
kind
you've
of
been on this show.
more. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I embrace it. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you so much. Well, I
loving this.
know enough about you. Let's talk about you. What's been keeping you busy lately?
We did match day yesterday, as I kind of shouted out in the beginning. We had an almost $4,000 day here at MFM
Nice.
Yoga, which is completely thanks to viewers like you guys. It's 100% viewer funded, and it's free content, so you guys don't have to send anything, and you chose to, and I think that's just really amazing. So thank you to everyone yesterday who came out on femyoga.com, supported the channel, so that we can keep bringing out content like this. We can do split screens, even though that's not really a feature on Periscope just yet. We can make it happen because of people like you.
Well, who's coming out to interrupt my interview? So I'm trying to do an interview, and he can never let me just do it on my own. I can't sit here and encourage people and impart my kind of wisdom. Ty Lopez has to come out. Oh, never mind. Now he's texting on his phone. I'm sorry, Snapchatting.
Does he know that he's
Yeah,
he's
so
on
now
quiet on the set?
here's the thing. If you go watch a Snapchat, you'll see that snap,
This is on
and you can be like,
Snapchat.
I saw it done.
Am I in the background of the Snapchat? You guys follow Ty Lopez on Snapchat and see
No,
if
no,
you
no.
see me in the back.
He was Snapchatting Chloe Walk.
Hello,
And
Chloe.
I'm watching the Academy Awards. I'm on a live stream.
What live stream?
I'm being interviewed on a live stream. This isn't just a call. I'm not just jabbing the jaw.
Hi, Ty. You're
I'm
famous
making
now.
shit happen. What was that?
Did you tell him that he's famous now because he was on my show?
Oh no, I will. Once he sees his phone, he's oblivious to the world.
Well, that's how he makes his money, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he's probably looking at all the money he just made in the last 15 minutes.
More than me.
I don't want to say.
My guess is probably more than everyone that's in this room right now.
Let's just say it's more than me.
Okay. How much
More
did you
than
make
what?
in the last 15 minutes?
Nothing.
Well, let's see.
That's not true. I made new fans, hopefully.
Yes, yes, you guys, did you follow him? If you're still in there, you can comment again because it kind of keeps fluctuating. People come, they go. They have short-term attention spans. They're like, "Is it still going on?" They come back in. Boom.
All right, I'm typing it out now. Let's see. What books have you read this week?
This week I'm reading The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins.
Boo.
What? You don't like this?
No, I'm just kidding.
Can you see it? Boom. It's in my purse. And what did we just finish?
Is that your book of the? Have you read it before? Or is that your first time through?
No, it's my first time reading this one.
What's your take so far? Are you impressed? Or are you not so much impressed?
I'm about 20 pages in, so I'm okay with it. I'm pretty much into an individualism over collectivism myself, so I tend to agree with what he's saying so far, but I'm biased because I already think that.
Hmm. Okay, I haven't read it yet. I should. I know it's on a lot of people's must reads.
Yeah, I don't know the first time I heard about it, but recently it was recommended by a sponsor. They wanted me to read it and talk about it on the channel, and that's what I do is I do what my sponsors want me to do, and I've heard that book recommended so many times.
So wait, does that count right there as talking about it on your channel? Did you just fulfill your obligation?
I kind of did, I think. I'm pretty sure that's it now. I don't have to read any more pages.
Huh. I need sponsors like that.
Yeah.
I can just look and
Chaz, are you
that's
here?
easy.
Can you go sponsor Zach's channel? Thank you, Chaz.
Thanks, Jazz.
Is he related to Daryl Dawkins? Oh, the guy that wrote the book? I thought you meant Zach. Zach, are you related to Daryl Dawkins? Who's Daryl
No,
Dawkins?
no, I don't think Richard is either. Daryl Dawkins named his dunks in the NBA. I don't think Richard Dawkins, who's a white Englishman, is related to Daryl.
A white Englishman. Are you an Englishman?
I think so. I have English heritage. Actually, my ancestor's Tom Hardy, the author, Tom Hardy. He used to be
Cool.
required reading in high school. I don't know. A lot of people I don't think know who he is anymore, but
That's still cool, I'm sure. And maybe that's where you get your writing genetics from. You like to write, right?
well, yeah, but he was good.
And so are you.
Well, that's kind of you to say. And I think so. So at least you and I agree.
There we go.
We can convince the other 300 million people in America.
All right, what are you guys convinced? How can we convince you? Do we have cannons tonight? We do have cash cannons. Yeah, have you ever seen cash cannons, Zach?
No, let's see it.
Let's see. There's not a whole
Wait
lot
a
of
minute. That
space.
shoot out dollar bills or $100
Yes, it
bills?
does. Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
money.
that could that injure anyone?
Potentially. It's most likely to injure the money, I would presume.
So who gets that? Once you shoot it, who gets to hold on to it?
I put it back in the cannons and I shoot it again.
You mean people just want to watch you shoot it? They don't get to keep anything?
Well, I will say the first time I shot them out, I was doing a $500 giveaway, and then it just kind of
Oh,
stuck. And then we just decided that we really liked doing it, so we kept
now
some
you
of the
just
money.
do it when people shout out for it. Shoot the cash cannon.
Actually, I only do it when we get 20,000 super hearts, but I did it for you this time without having to have that many super hearts. But
How far away are 20,000 super hearts right now?
we're about 15,600 away.
I'm sorry, I've let you down.
You've not let me down. We had a great day yesterday. Everyone went to the website. They're taking a little respite today. It is March 4th. They're doing something.
They might be tied to the Oscars. Maybe.
Ooh, yeah. How many people in here are watching the Oscars right now? Curious.
Yeah, what's your prediction for Best Picture? Who's going to win Best Picture? What's going to win Best Picture?
What do you think?
I think Get Out is going to get it, and I think it's political. I don't think it's the Best Picture at all.
What would you pick as best picture?
That's a good question. I forget what the other nominations are. I really enjoyed Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
I never heard of that one.
I think that would probably be the one or Dunkirk. But Dunkirk, the audio mix was so bad you could barely hear the dialogue. But anyway, I would say Dunkirk or Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. But my prediction is because of politics, Get Out will win Best Picture.
Thank you. Yeah, everyone's saying Get Out. Really exciting because, yes, one of my good friends on here in Sodom 108, she's gotten the second most super hearts of anyone in the world here on Periscope. And she says Get Out all the time to trolls and anyone that bothers her in her broadcasts. So it's kind of her signature saying. So she's voting for that. I see that's nominated. I see Three Billboards. There's also Phantom Thread, The Shape of Water, Darkest Hour.
That might.
What were you
I
gonna
think
say?
it's going to be Get Out, or if Get Out doesn't win, I say it's going to be Shape of Water.
Okay. And then there's Dunkirk, The Post, Call Me By Your Name, and Lady Bird.
Yep.
So those are all of the nominees for Best Picture. Look, I could work there.
Hey, what award are they up at now? Oh, okay. I got to go in so I
Ooh,
can see
cinematography.
award.
Are we
Did
going
Roger
with you?
Yes, Roger Deakins won.
That's who you wanted to win.
That's who I wanted to win for Blade Runner. He's the best in the business, and he's been overlooked way too many times.
That was.
I mean, he's been nominated. He's been nominated, but he should have won.
To see you find out was really exciting. I actually really enjoyed that.
Yes. That's quality Periscope right there. That's the kids can't get enough of watching Zack celebrate.
There's 146 people that can't get enough. Plus Twitch. How many people are on Twitch? I don't know. Let's find out. I can't really see from here. Oh, but I can put the hearts up. So people on. So I don't know how much you know. Do you go on Periscope a lot? Do you watch ever? Or are you mainly just like behind the scenes, working it?
You talking about when Lopez goes live?
In general, I guess. Like in your free time, do you ever watch like live broadcasts or not really?
I do, but I wouldn't say I do it enough to where it's actually a regular thing out of my week.
Right.
It's like it's a rabbit hole. You start watching it. It's like YouTube, anything. You just kind of. It's one of those where I have to be prepared to just give my time to it.
Yeah.
And so that's what's tough is having the time to do that. I should do it more because I want to start doing it, and it's always good to have a better understanding of what it is you want to do. So
makes sense.
I should up my game. This is probably going to change my mind by being on this. So
yes,
it'll probably contribute to my upping the live stream. game.
Thank you. Thanks to you guys. Wolf Puppy has sent the most hearts in this broadcast. So I know what you see there is on a little delay, but you can see I put the hearts up on the screen so you can see the people who sent hearts. So it's over 6,000 from her, almost 4,000 from Dan, over 1,000 from a couple other people, and that's actual clicks on the broadcast. That's actual taps on the broadcast to say that they like it.
Oh, well, bless your hearts.
Yeah. So thanks for the loves, guys.
Get it?
Bless your hearts. Oh, no, I didn't get it, but I did get it when you said get it.
I didn't get it until after I said it, and then that's why I said you get it. I
That's
didn't mean.
perfect.
I was just trying to do my Southern bless your heart thing. So
I know, I like the Southern accent. It's cool. So did you live in the South your
my
whole life?
fear is. What was that? I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said. I want to know what you said.
Oh, I was just saying my fear is that I'm going to lose that accent. I don't want it to go away. I actually like it, and so I get a little nervous sometimes that out here in California, I'll kind of lose it. Like Mel Gibson doesn't have his Australian accent anymore.
You probably will lose it if you just go back to the South anytime you start to get a little rusty.
I do. Yeah, I try to get my feet on North Carolina soil at least once a year, and it never fails. When I come back, I can even hear the accent.
I love that. North Carolina soil. Sounds like a foreign territory.
I just want my feet to touch it at least once a year, once a calendar year. It's
I
my
love
home
that.
state.
You're right.
So.
Yeah, North Carolina. I love the South. I just love the warm weather. I was gonna say that about California. That's probably why everyone's so friendly and polite because they have vitamin D and they get sunshine all the time.
Yeah, a lot better moods.
Instead of New York. But you asked me about books, and I want to know about your books because I know we're like getting to the kind of crunch time towards the end of the broadcast, and I want to know what books have you been
Now we
reading?
should get serious and do an interview.
Let's get serious. I'm gonna ask you all everything at once.
Well, let's see. So I got a bunch that I'm trying to get through at the moment. The most recent would be Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, but I haven't started it. I just got it, and I think I read the foreword. But some really good books that I've been going through lately. I actually, let me say this: within the last 6 to 7 months, one of my favorites has been The Power of Habit. That's actually been a really good game changer for me. It's one that I suggest to a lot of people.
Ooh, I like the sound of it.
The Power of Habit. Definitely check that. It's fantastic. I've also been going through. There's one called Train Your Brain, Change Your Mind, and it deals with Buddhism and its relation to neuroscience. So that's really interesting. What's it? A Mindset, which I forget the lady. I think it's the lady that wrote that one, but that's kind of blowing me away. Mindset is the name of that one, and then this one I've never seen before. I just came across it, and there's actually 2 volumes, and I'm gonna. I feel like I'm gonna mess up the name of it, but I feel like it's called "The Management Secrets of the New England Patriots."
Ooh.
And it was written after their first 3 Super Bowls. So they went 10 years in between the last Super Bowl they won, and then they won over the Seahawks a few years ago. So I'm fascinated with Belichick and Brady and what we've witnessed over the last 18 years. I think it's an incredible thing to watch and to understand what they do that's different than other teams. I think is just really it's applicable to life in so many ways. And so I just started that, but I've got there's 2 volumes, volume 1 and volume 2. They're thick books, but I've never heard anybody talk about them. I don't know anybody that's aware of them, but I think it's beneficial. Again, it's one of those where I expect it to be beneficial across the board because we're talking about principles that Bill Belichick, his father, coached at Navy. He was, part of the Naval Academy, so he understands the discipline of military and the discipline that comes with football as well. And so I'm fascinated with that, with people that achieve that level of greatness. And I almost wish I could be as obsessed as they are with their craft. And I feel like I get distracted way too much. That's why I'm so late in the game of trying to do comedy and all that. it's something I wish that when I was in my 20s I thought about and was aware of. There's a Tom Brady, of course, has just done a recent documentary. Forget what it's called. I think he did it by way of Facebook. But Bill Belichick did one too, and I missed it. But I'm just fascinated with both of those guys and the obsession that they have with their work, and people that perform at that level fascinate me. The Elon Musks of the world. I'm not saying I want to be them because I think they're weird, but my God, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and these people are just incredible to observe and take with from them what you can. I wouldn't try to take everything from them. I don't. There's things that I might not line up with as far as their life choices or things like that. But check out Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life and Management Secrets of the New England Patriots and the Power of Habit. I'll go with those recommendations right now.
12 Rules for Life, you said? Jordan
12
Peterson?
Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson. Also, check him out on YouTube. You want to talk about a rabbit trail of incredible content. Jordan Peterson's stuff is phenomenal.
Nice.
I want to.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know how many people watching are familiar with him, but
I've heard of him. I'm
somebody
I'm
said
blanking on who
somebody
he is.
said they asked inspired by football coaches question mark. I'm inspired by um, what Bill Belichick has done. I love coaching. I love the idea of what coaching is. Phil Jackson's another incredible coach. So Bill Belichick and Nick Saban are two of the winningest coaches right now. You've got Nick Saban, who's dominating college football. Bill Belichick, who, yes, he just lost the Super Bowl, but you could say over the last 20 years or 18 years has dominated the NFL, has dominated his profession. Both of those coaches do psychological profiles of players they recruit and draft or sign. They understand this. And so did Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson, one of the things that he was known for is being able to juggle these egos, these massive egos that were on his team. He had the greatest player of all time. He had Scottie Pippen, who was also counted as one of the 50 greatest players of all time. He had Dennis Rodman. He had Tony Kukoc, who was considered the Michael Jordan of Europe. His nickname was Superman. These are, first off, to get to that level as a player, you've got to have an ego. Try juggling as a coach those egos and make them all happy and make them decide to work together as a team. That's not easy. If you think it's easy, go do it. So guys like that who understand psychology in addition to the X's and O's, that's what I think is fascinating. That's why I want to, read about them and hear what they're talking about.
I totally agree. I think you're right on with knowing that when someone's wildly successful in any industry, any career, that it's probably going to be anything that they can teach you is going to be applicable to everything in life, from personal relationships even. So I think that's right on. And what's your Myers-Briggs, by the way?
So I am an INFP, but the I and the P are really low to zero.
Okay.
So I actually switch back and forth between those. So I can enjoy new experiences, new stimuli as an extrovert, but I also like my routine.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer a routine. I prefer a schedule. If I go to a party, my instinct, I will go to the wall because not because I want to be left alone, but I like to take in the vibe of the room. So I just kind of soak it up. I look around, I observe. But at the same time, if I walked into a party, somebody could say, "Hey, Zach, tell everybody that joke or tell everybody that story," and I could do it. I'd be fine. I wouldn't feel off doing that. And then the P and the J, I definitely, I just think it depends on what time of day I got up. Maybe for those, it goes back and forth. But the N and the F are pretty strong. That F is not always a good thing. Sometimes I'm a little too sensitive.
Well, I think it's a matter of, what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? Is it too sensitive? I don't know. I think everything can be used as a benefit somehow. I often, because I'm a T, so I am sometimes a little bit too insensitive. So it's good
Right?
for me to know people who are more sensitive because I can kind of like run things by them. I could say, "Oh, I'm about to have this difficult conversation. Can you kind of help me know what a person with feelings might react to that like.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. And I
Yeah.
think I overthink a lot of times, so that's why I go like, wait a minute, why am I an F? But my F is pretty high on
Yeah, I
that.
guess
What? So you're an F, but are you I
I'm a
or
T.
E?
I'm ENTJ.
Oh, okay. That's a Luke Skywalker. Have you done the Star Wars thing? You can see which Star Wars character you are.
No, I
I
haven't
think
done that.
ENTJ is Luke Skywalker.
What
I
was that?
can't remember. I said I think ENTJ I think is Luke Skywalker, but I could be wrong. Actually, it might be Han. I think that might be Han Solo.
I think it's
Doesn't
whoever's the
really
coolest
care.
one.
Yeah. He's not too worried about hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, I'm getting better all the time though, I promise. I wrote those down. Power of Habit, if you guys just got here. Management Practices of the New England Patriots. That one kind of intrigues me the most because you said a lot of people don't know about it. And then 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. I'm going to read those books, so follow me and you can learn about them here on the channel. And
Yeah,
I,
and if I got that New England Patriots title wrong, I'll message you I'll send you a photo of the book. But I'm pretty sure it's called Management Secrets of the New England Patriots.
perfect. And then you guys, I'll put it on my bookshelf on Goodreads. So if you go to goodreads.com/femyoga, you'll see all my books, or almost to 500 books total on my combined between what I've read and what I want to read. So you'll see it be added there pretty soon. Oh, you like Luke Skywalker, Eric? I'm glad. I'm glad to hear this. So I had like one more question, but I know we're getting to the end. So do you have time for one more, or should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Let's
Um,
do it.
so I had a question about like tech stuff because you kind of I saw one day you were working on like this whole soundboard system. So do you have like hacks as far as cameras, lights, computer, are you Android, iPhone, like tech wise, what do you think makes your life easier as far as like broadcasting and doing kind of media type work?
Well, I mean, I have an iPhone.
Hmm.
Um, I really am kind of indifferent because I feel like everybody is able to get the same thing done with an Android or an iPhone. Obviously, there's little things that aren't the same, and you get some features that are a little cooler on one than the other. But the people I know with Android can accomplish the same stuff I do. Um, but my degree's in recording engineering,
Mm,
so I know how to go into a recording studio, and if you want to record an album, I know what buttons to push, and I know
nice.
where to place the microphones. But I'm actually not a tech head. I'm not a tech geek. I never could remember the names of certain, like if we're talking about a processor or some kind of compressor or de-esser or any of that kind of stuff. I could, if anybody said, "Oh, what's your favorite de-esser?" I would go, "I don't know. I have no idea. What compressor do you like to use?" I go, whatever's in the studio. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Makes sense.
can't think. I can't go. I like the Panasonic VX 200A. I never that stuff never stuck in my brain. So
Right.
um, I'm not too. I still have to Google and do research, and I got a degree in that stuff. But so I'm not that much of a tech geek. I
Right.
can
That
I can hold my own. I can have the conversations and talk about what pieces of gear do and what's like I can talk miking techniques and things like that. Um, but I can't, like I was able to just list off some books. I can't go, you know, get this piece of gear if you want to do this or that.
Did you let him know about 9:30?
No, I haven't spoken. I've been on this. I haven't spoken to anybody.
busted.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
my ability.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. And you still have plenty of time. But what are you using right now? Because the microphone, when you were driving, it was like you couldn't hear any road noise at all, and I thought that was amazing.
I'm on an iPhone 6S or 6 Plus. I
Hmm.
have an upgrade, and I tried to swap out my SD card, and it froze both phones for some reason. And so, like, I got it fixed the other day, and I gotta switch over. I'm lazy.
So it's just the microphone just built in?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, it's so much better than
So
mine. Mine must be busted.
I guess maybe the iPhone mics are maybe better, superior quality to the Androids. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It's really good. I mean, I thought this was great. Did you have anything that you wanted to promote or website people can check you out besides just following you on Twitter? Do you want to comment again for Periscope followers?
I can
Anything
do that.
else?
I'm also, well, I'm on Instagram,
Okay.
and I I wouldn't direct anybody to YouTube just yet. And I'm getting ready to do a podcast, but I'm recording the content. It's not ready to launch, but um, that will be, once I get all the episodes together, I'll be launching that as well. And I'll just be talking
Ooh.
to people that are interesting to me. I won't be um, like really specific on any topic or theme or anything like that. It's just going to be people I find interesting.
All right, cool. Yeah, maybe you can come do a little plug when your podcast is about to launch. We can bring you back on.
Heck yeah, absolutely. And so
There
I
he is.
just tweet
He said,
saying
"Hey, this is
that that's
Zach."
me.
There, follow him. You guys
Um,
click the comment and then you can
oh,
follow him.
I'll do also my Instagram
Oh yeah.
is Tetra God and the number 7. So there,
Boom.
I put that.
Tetris God. That's a great name. Thank you, Casey, for the super hearts. You guys, thank you everyone who sent super hearts. We are just about wrapping up. Dan, Casey, David, Wolf Puppy, Asif, Mittens. You guys are awesome. All the hearts here. Wolf Puppy. Wait, I can't see. Dan, this person, Mittens, Devin, Tiki, this person. Thank you for the hearts, guys. This is great. And thank you for following him. Go support him. Follow his stuff.
Yeah, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Keep the love in the family. Anything else before we sign off?
No, I appreciate you letting me hang out with you for the last hour.
This is a lot of fun. Thank you. I know you're very busy, so thanks for squeezing us in. And hopefully we'll see that podcast launch from you soon and see what you're up to. And I'm gonna come see you and live stream your comedy setup at the Laugh Factory in June.
Heck yeah,
Yes!
looking forward to it.
Awesome. So this has been A Moment in Time with Taylor and Zach. Follow both of us, and I will be back later for some yoga and some ASMR. Thanks for watching.
Go ahead, yoga, behave. Thanks.
Don't leave me yet. Don't hang up on me. Hang on.
Oh no.
Okay, hang on one second. Okay, this is it. This is the last frame. What's it gonna be?